Yep. She did. She married. She was with Alexander the Great.
Could have been. She was Them motherfuckers married. That nigga was, anyways. See what I'm saying?
She was really as his companion. Hold on.
Yeah.
Married to?
No, they could. Some fucking general. Some Roman or general or some shit.
Yeah. A member of the Platonic dynasty. She was a descendant of its founder.
Yeah.
Call him the Macedonian Greek general. Oh, he was a companion.
But she died and committed suicide in her tomb because she wanted to leave people rather than go fuck over there being with them and shit like that and giving them, spend them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just commit suicide shit over there in Egypt and shit. Ready to submit and everything and all that shit. And we all know who Alexander was. I mean, he married that fine ass girl, so he act like he had a girl. Shit. Who else away? Sucker? I'll give anything goddamn they read. I'm in fine. I'm in love. In love. For real, man. What about that? You got that? You got the home skillet? You got that chrome dome? This boy got some big ass motherfucking pink protective plastic eyelid. And some pink bell bottoms on. With an old navy fleece quarterweight long sleeve on, like looking like a long john. Yeah. With a chrome dome ass head. Snuzz up.
Great Egypt.
I was in a week. That's not what happened. What happened? Napoleon going over there. Happened. He wanted to be inserted in with the pander and the gods and all that shit, whatever. But they knew he was outside, they knew he go whatever. So that's how Jesus came up. So he came up with conspiracy, so he become God and all this shit. And then they won like the war and shit like that. That's how he got the city. I was on a great shit, build a library. But he's building. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Alexander Great up in the library?
Yeah, they buried him alive in there. Yeah, you know about that shit?
Yes, I do. It's just the way they're explaining it sounds so funny. He's up through hell and shit. In the auto, you included Jesus in a lot, right?
Yeah, and then his daddy Hogan. Alexander Great Daddy is Hogan. Hey, look at Alexander Great Daddy's Hogan because acting, not acting. What I'm talking about, that was Hogan, that was Ramsey, whatever, and all that shit. He fled when they about to exile. He fled up to the Macedonia, whatever. When they asked Granny Great from and fucked his mama.
He fucked his mama.
That was why that one dumbass motherfucker. He was there just to be whatever. But it's really that nigga. Legend has it. Legend has it. But that nigga that was in Rick like dead ass live too. Anyway, fairy ass nigga. I seen that nigga too, looking like a fairy ass nigga. But you see, acting out, he don't blow a kiss at you, wink at you. When they were doing like the Pharaoh Queen, whatever, the last one that was that darkest one, also she blew a kiss at you, winked at you. Who else did that? Somebody else did that too. You know? I can't play no more. I gotta run my boys, man. We haven't done on your ass. Back up. Shut off me. Look like you got bit like I got a ball here. Shut your ass off me. Oh, I ran out of bounds.
Hey, why? No bum claws?
I told you that.
What a fucking bitch.
Hold on, you didn't find out. You remember me telling you that? Which one? Hold on. Did you find out, or do you remember me telling you that?
I remember you saying that.
Oh, you better, because I told his mother shit too. So I was like, oh my god, you know that? I was like, I couldn't tell you that. Oh yeah. So I already know what happened. So it's all good. I appreciate this probably.
Well, why'd you set me up to lie? That's your
Cause I don't see what you can do.
That's fucked up.
Hey, I'm glad you gave me the credit anyway. Stop with that.
Yeah. Alright, you setup artist out here.
No, I'm glad you gave me credit, baby. I appreciate it. Because that's the fact that you lied, the fact that you gave me credit. So I've been on your phone long enough for you to pay attention to me. Man, I can win the game if you win the game, motherfucker.
Probably didn't. You don't have like a fucking 14-minute match tonight.
Really? Wait, I'm gonna win the game. If you don't win it, win it. Yeah, I gotta go play. I'm trying to get. Oh yeah, I gave him back the little bit thing, whatever. Didn't even take it with him.
You didn't even take it up.
Daddy. I mean, daddy. I'm talking about that that. I mean, I don't know what I do. First, I get my. I don't know what I should raise up. I don't know. I don't know why it's raised up.
Yeah, I'm glad.
So I'm still alive. Still. Man, why so many squad invites? I don't know. Drop my. I should get dunk content. I should get some dunks. That's not no dunks for you. Come on. Somebody go. I'm bound survivor. Yeah. Can you looking for me? I'll be on the block. My block on the block. With the block. Yeah. Get on survivor. Yeah. I get Pat some pizza. Believe it or not. Hey, I'm a 3-wheel down the ruin. What you? I'm a 3-wheel down the hill. Hey, what you doing? 3-wheel up the hill. What you doing? 3-wheeling back the hill. What you doing? 3-wheeling, wheeling, ride, then going super E, yeah. Hoop, ride, so side, yeah. Oggy doggy dog. It's a oggy well. With so much oggy in the og, we see. Hey, you know that DMX was the night? You know it, it's how he was talking about fucking all the business and all that shit, whatever. You know, that shit caused what damage, like, you know, when he had close Russell Mitchell between him and his sons and shit like that, whatever. You know that, and like, you know, the problem, whatever, and this nigga, he was on some black lady show trying to reconnect with his son and shit, and trying to talk to his son, just keep interfering and shit like that, whatever. You know, he saw like he was like the only artist, just, like the first 2 albums like that, to go all in multi, whatever. His son sold that shit. He sold them plaques. Mm-hmm. And he was hurt by all that shit, whatever, and they was going through shit. I just remember watching that shit, and Kurt and I was watching that shit and being like hella mad and all that shit, because I was, you know, someone was going through that time, so that. I'm a 3-wheel down the room. Ain't it ruined? No, I'm a fake tune. I'm a 3-wheel down the hill. I was mad because, you know, DMS and Kurt, you know DMS. Like, they just like what, sitting there and taking a pee in the corner?
They gonna pee.
Yeah, I go play something. You know what I mean? You on timeout? Shit, I ain't get my thing out. Man, if I'm about to get my own animation, but I'm a 3-wheel. I'm a 2-wheel. I got I am a tiger. Right up in the street. Do my thing, took my chance, yeah. Look at this, man. I should get time off. Let's get that fish. Shit, look, I ain't got no food for you. I ain't got no more food for you. Go. Go. Hey, go. Go. I should give you some in the first place, so you act. Yeah. So I don't know what made me throw him a bone. I think that's all the things I get. I'm talking about that, daddy. Man, Zeke needs to drop timeout, man. I'm a three-wheel down the nah, ain't you doing it? Nah, I'm a two. I'm a three-wheel down the hill. Hey, what you doing? Three-wheel up the hill. Hey, what you doing? Three-wheel back down the hill. Hey, what you doing? Three-wheel really popping ghost ride and going dumb, stupid, dumb. Yeah. Who riding hot side? Yeah. Yeah. 4-wheel, 2-wheel, 1-wheel, no wheel. Fucking fucking chill. Didn't pay Villa for a gin. They didn't get no Jeopardy, motherfucking or no back. So they ain't got nada. Zip, silch. Matter of fact, you know the fish in the fucking ring down stuck in the weather come out the TV screen. That's that bitch named Gil. Yeah. I'm a 3-wheel. No, I'm a 4-wheel. No, I'm a 2-wheel. You know, psycho. No try, no buy. Hyperdope. Motor brother. What? Motor brother. Burn fucking rubber. I ain't fucking three-wheeler, nigga. I'm three-legged. Waving. At the same time on that tight dope wave. With the dope in my hand or in my fucking face. On my teeth, on my teeth, in my little veins, cause I'm motherfucking enlightenment. Okay? Yeah. 29K. 22 my paper plate. Yeah. That means you like fucking sorry. You hit the fucking yeah. You crash. Wrong. The real kick off. You ain't got no fucking stairs. Man, you fucking need to way off the air. Man, you ain't got no cake. You ain't got no cake. But the war. Get your 8. Now you're stuck on the fiber boat. Stuck somewhere you don't even know in the boom. That's what the boom. The 16. With the motherfucking like people that do the purge. You motherfucking KKKK. All that shit. Crack ass redneck. Yeah, please look at the motherfucking ancestors. You ain't scared to see shit. You look like motherfucking MIB. You just got to tell you shit pretty. You gonna see crooked. Niggas scared shit. You know what do? You ain't got no fucking battery either. You ain't got no fucking. You stuck. And you got the 3-wheel. You look like 1, 2, 3 out strike boy. Oh shit. Good D. 1, 2, 3 strike out. I'm a 3-wheel. 3-wheel. You ain't got no wheel. That's the wheel. You got no steady cat. Just flat. Working on the flat cat. See, you right there, Zeke. I don't know who he is.
You got AP.
Hey.
You ain't download motherfuckers any.
Hey.
Drop those. I watch my control.
This is Zeke. You get the large, yeah. Hey, you got it in large, full head.
What you get a peanut drink.
You know what I mean?
Hey, now. And you're going through that thing. You're going through that stuff. So you
feel like wrong with that?
When you sit like ice, like a feet. No, you know, like motherfucking, big giant people.
Got that?
Yeah, but you can't take this step that you ain't got nothing I can tell you. So, bad idea, bad
shit,
no, on the
fuck that pillowcase. Father's trash, kid. Yeah. And you got the
thing, like, you
got that. It's beating my
I know you remember that night when you was in the living room. You want to be one this.
Boy, fuck me. Is that my man? Yeah, yeah. Hey, where you at? Shit. Alright, cool.
You sound QDF gang.
Hey, what's up, home?
You kiss the twin.
Hey, Wild Son streamers now them motherfuckers trying to hit me on stream. You sound cute as fuck, gang. We kissed before twin. It's okay, man. We all know what that is. Just like right back was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I already know I can already know who it is by the way you're talking. You ain't fucking up my game. Just cause you gay.
You sound fine, asshole.
You ain't got no life. But we all know this and that, right? They just ain't smart, they're extremely smart.
They have several different men that they can do it.
Yep. They know all the money in the world.
Right? I mean, they drive this and that.
They got Bentleys, Lamborghinis, fucking other expensive cars.
Right.
Maybachs on 48s. You know what I'm talking about? They got that new Facebook Elon Musk bus. That roll of water. They got the Jesus mobile. Oh yeah, and guys they follow. Yo, that's low for him on me. Yeah, waiting all that shit.
And they hate trans people, but they say they're trying to be trans.
Yeah, he's trans, but they want to be trans. Don't need me because I'm on this net, but hey, they can't leave me alone.
Right, you lose your purpose and that, but
I don't get it. Especially when they don't even get dick like that. At least I don't know what they do. I don't know what I did in the first time, whatever they did with it. You know, I know me.
I don't know who the fuck in their right mind would want to hit that.
Some music.
Well, they gotta be off their rocker.
Hey, why do you think I was sometimes? Oh shit. Hey, so I'm gonna get my first knife off YouTube. I'm sure. Put my shooting hammer in here? Yeah. He said, we giving all them rounds there, are you? Calm down there, calm down. I can't no steal. Hey, is that my dude? My dude's name is Justin Goat. Oh, and I'm playing the Goat. I was just talking about this last night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm down in last night. She got down, but she was getting down, What's that? No, wait. Oh, Zeke, I was trying to give you right there, Zeke. Alright. Alright, Rich. I was blinded by the light. Shit.
Back it up. Everything I put on. Switch it. Put the 4K over here. No. They're barely here. Switch it. Put that one over there. I was trying to watch the one. I tried switching the video and I have two regular ones. And I have 4K. Yeah, I was trying to watch Astro TV.
Yeah, I think I'll just play that. Sorry, boy. Come on in, boy. Come to that boy. Come to that boy. Put his motherfucking down up in that boy. No, I ain't no pigeon. Oh! I can't go for Theo. This guy, what? I'm down it by the now. Oh, that shit. Oh, we're not getting it yet. I was trying to get that 3, man. I ain't scoring the boys in time 1-2. I ain't doing no.
You sound cute AF gang. We kissed it to
I said the regular pass on. My bad, y'all.
draws off with my teeth.
Man, I can't even see because motherfucker overload my shit with fucking punk ass messages. Can you go on my shit and block this dude? Oh, I gotta do it myself, huh?
Keep it nicka but and start pumping till buddy backs lump FRFR.
Oh, keep it nicka but and start pumping till buddy backs lump FRFR. Oh, keep it nicka but and start pumping till buddy backs lump FRFR.
What is that? Yeah. Vamos con ella. My bad, y'all. Got around? Oh, wow. What's AI now? You will quit like little ass punk ass V yet. Yeah, you just see that old down there, down there, that's him motherfucking down here. If I tell you about down here, if you ain't down here, talking about he ain't motherfucking down here now.
Apollo? I said I can't even watch the movie you're watching.
Energizing.
This is why we're really here.
I'm talking about that damn.
Mind your business, bitch. Where she at? Where she at? Where she at? Where she at? Where she at?
Just right here.
Where she go? Where she go? Where she go? Where she go? What she do? What she do? What she do? What she do? What she do?
Too much watching me, watching you.
Mind your beat, 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 mind your beat,
Mind your beat. Mind your beat.
mind your beat, mind your beat, mind your beat, mind your beat. I'm your business.
I thought you were calling anyway.
Business, bitch. Mind your business, bitch. Mind your business, bitch. Mind your business, bitch.
Too much looky, get up off me. Too much watchy wah. Hands up in the
I watch you up.
They watching me, they watching ya. They got eyes up in the sky so close for that camera. They follow me. me, follow me, follow me, follow me.
Uptown, downtown, everywhere, turn around. Hollywood, London, snap, snap.
That was fun. I'm clipping that.
Shortly, R&B, economy.
Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me.
Where she at, where she at, where she at, where she at, where she at? There she go, there she go, there she go, there she go, there she go. What she do, what she do, what she do, what she do.
How you doing?
Too much watching me, watching you.
Manjobi, manjobi.
You want to do something like that now?
Manjobi, 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 manjobi.
It's only one person, huh?
Manjobi, manjobi.
That's way, bro. My bad.
And your business, mind your business, bitch. 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 Mind your business, bitch.
Too much lucky, I'm so
Oh, it's not throwing the corner.
everybody looking at me like I was the breaking news. Police got
Man, Andy's been in my setting. That's right, Andy. I forgot to change my setting, but Andy changed my past settings and all that shit when he was playing Greg. That's right. He changed all my fucking to my passing normal.
5 seconds and then the dogs come out. You know what happens when the dogs come out. None of your business.
Why asking me what happened? Damn. Britney's been something about dogs in my business? Bitch, you can mind your beat. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know. This song better than the one you got Lil Wayne, though. Ain't that something? The song you got Britney Spears better than the song you got with Lil Wayne. This is American Dream right here. Ain't American as well. It's not like it's gonna be weak.
They be talking equality, but they don't mean it for people like me. They say opportunity, but I don't see none in my streets.
Yeah, of course you don't see nothing street me.
In the penitentiary, so I'ma get on that college track and go to an Ivy League.
What?
I know that sounds impossible, but I am possibilities. I'ma jump through all the obstacles and that's what I'll achieve.
Okay, Poindexter.
C++ robot autonomy. Yeah, they call me a dreamer, but now I'm at Georgetown University.
This song's stupid. Oh, hell, no, he did not. He said,
from Fightful.com, Jeremy Lambert.
yo,
At NAGA Cincinnati Grappling Championship. John Moxley picked up a gold medal. John Moxley competed in the NAGA Cincinnati Grappling Championship on July 15th and won a gold medal. We've established that now. That he won the gold medal.
take that, look, Fairy.
Moxley competed in the men no-gi beginner 225 to 249.9 super heavyweight masters.
That's not a super heavyweight.
Plus division representing Power MMA and Fitness. Moxley defeated Chris Saylor.
Chris Taylor?
Any thoughts about John Moxley?
What is Chris Saylor's record in these?
Well, this is a beginner's thing. This is a beginner's thing.
Well, go through the qualifications again. Yes, I'm not going to be winning it.
I would.
I'm not even going to be placing in it. I know that right now, but go through the qualifiers again.
Men.
No gi. Check. No gi. Go, check.
Beginner.
Okay.
Choked out a bunch of 6-year-olds. No. 225 to 249.9, which is super heavyweight.
Within a 25-pound weight class.
Master, which is 30-plus division.
That's an age, 30 years old or more.
And those are the calls.
Because how can you be a beginner and a master?
Well, it's the master's division and the beginner's,
You're a beginner master?
You're a beginner master.
How you got your name?
Master.
Mr. Vader. But the point is, how many people were in this?
I told you I got that today.
Well, it says here in this article, the North American Grappling
I just got it.
is the world's
I just got it.
mixed grappling tournament circuit.
No, I didn't say the circuit.
People would like to congratulate Moxley.
Oh, I'm gonna have headphones on.
That's it? That's the entire...
Well, no. They also talk about Blood and Guts coming up on July 19th.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey. Hey, Zeke, you see me hit the hook, Zeke? Told you I got the hook there. I told you, dog. Yes. Huh? I thought Michael Jackson. I thought they was talking Michael Jackson. What's up with it? What's up? That was different.
Who did he defeat in this tournament on the way to winning this tournament? How many people were in his division? How many people were both men, not wearing a gi, beginners, within a 25-pound weight range, and were masters in terms of being 30 years old or more? Because then what age did they start? If those are masters, did they start at 2 for fucking inexperience? Or what? So how many people were he competing against in his particular goddamn category?
Hold on, I'm trying to find results. I don't really keep up with the world of grappling tournaments.
Hi, I'm Raleigh Fingers, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm Raleigh Fingers. I got broken fingers.
Here's a website.
Here's a website. These are pictures.
They in fact have a website with different weight divisions listed. Let me see.
Is there any detailed sports reportage from this prestigious tournament that Sports Illustrated or Fightful or whoever missed when they were just congratulating?
Isn't that the we work for?
There's an article out here from Justin Barrasso. I came 3 times. Moxley compete. Men no gi experts.
What the fuck is your phone at? I'm talking to.
And above. Absolute no gi men. What does that mean? Absolute no gi men.
Oh, where the phone?
I don't know whether we want to know what that means or not.
What phone are you on?
There might be a video on that somewhere on the internet.
Here's the featherweight. I'm not seeing his division here. Let me keep looking. Here's the children.
The children. Oh, think of the children.
Okay, so it can't be down here. These are all. Here's children, teens, women, absolute men, and men.
What?
The absolute men, and then the men that we think, but we're not quite sure.
I don't see the men no-gi super heavyweight listed here. I may have to check another. Absolute no-gi men 18 and above intermediate. Absolute no-gi men 18 and above expert. And then goes right to gi. Novice beginner, 18 and above. Anthony Asher, Lee Bauer, and Drake Pope. I don't see John Moxley. Hold on, let me...
well, wait, hold on here. Did it get any...
Oh, Chris Saylor. Chris Saylor.
Ah.
And then next to him it says Subdue.
Subdue? Is that like Subdue, first name, last name, or just Subdue?
It just says Subdue. Everyone else it says Anthony Asher, United States. Lee Bauer, United States. Drake Pope, United States. Chris Saylor, Subdue.
Is that a place?
Is that what happened? I don't know.
All right, look here. The Cincinnati Enquirer. Certainly a major newspaper in the city would cover this tournament. Does the Cincinnati Enquirer have anything on it while we're looking around the interwebs?
Wait, hold on, because here's the Mengi adult. Hold on, here's the bracket. There's a bracket. But it doesn't have Moxley. It has Chris Saylor of Subdue defeating, I guess that's his gym, defeating Michael Solt of 10th Planet, Kentucky. That was
so they relocated us to right outside Pluto's orbit.
See, that's the finals listed here for 200 to 220. Oh, that's 200 to 224. Excuse me. I'm in the wrong weight division.
Well,
but there is.
You have been looking a little skinny lately.
Yeah, it doesn't have the other one here. Oh, this is last year's tournament.
Oh, well, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, this website sucks.
So we want to congratulate John Moxley on his beating that group of orphans up in Newport for the prestigious Beginners, Masters, Intermediate Grappling No Clothes On tournament.
What that means, though, is that he defeated the person that last year came in, I guess, 4th place. Oh, no, but it showed that he won. He defeated someone who previously had won. I don't know how that makes him a beginner, but I guess it was because he went up a weight class.
Well, okay, so he's beating up people that are littler than he is what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know who's doing what with weight cutting when it comes to these events.
Well, and that's another thing. It could be that this guy had to cut weight, and therefore, you know, he had the shakes when he went in the ring with Moxley, who was steady as a rock. Because he doesn't have to cut weight, because he already looks fucking emaciated.
Beyond the ridiculousness of John Moxley and all that encompasses, as a promoter or a booker, do you have a problem with talent doing outside sporting events like a grappling tournament, or is it not a big deal?
Well, no. Yes and no.
Right?
If it's a legitimate tournament where I don't know anything about this sport or this tournament or this organization, so I would assume that they're not trying to fucking put on, you know, hook holds on each other and grace each other and tear out their shoulders and whatever. It's some level of competition, but, you know, it's under specific rules and there's referees, whatever. So I don't know that the guy's going to get fucking hurt, but things can happen. But if he thought that he had a legitimate shot at winning and I was Tony Khan and he told me, I'd say, okay, then let's go cover this. And let's shoot it. And if you don't win, we won't tell anybody. But if you do win, we'll put it on TV. But if he didn't even tell Tony he was going to do it, if I was Tony and perish the fucking thought, I'd fine his ass for taking a risk for something that did absolutely no good for my television program. While he's paying him $1 million a year or whatever.
More than that.
And the script to Rocky 3.
That's right.
So,
I'm going to steal a truck, and I'm going to kidnap my son and arm wrestle Scott Wood. Over the miles.
So that was my answer is yes and no. It could be okay and it could not be. It depends on whether you can make something out of it or not. Or elsewise, the guy's just going around, again, doing his own shit to be a badass. I wonder, did they stick any skewers in his head at the no clothes, invitational, intermediate, overweight, grappling fucking festival?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. His idea was his thought was, or his dissertation, that every match should have blood because that's the natural way that any of these competitive encounters would go. Was there blood in every match of the grappling tournament?
Good question. And did Moxley bleed because he had old gig marks on his head? And was that considered offensive in that environment?
That's Will they make you bandage up your gig marks? Would that give you an unfair advantage if you start bleeding in the middle of the grappling because it's a lubricant?
That's true. And then you could get it in the other guy's eyes and blind him, which is actually a little fighting trick.
Do I find it funny, like, beside me?
Yeah, I breathe it. And I play the audio. That's what I said. I think I have maybe I have the old one. Maybe I have the old one. Oh, shit. I was trying to watch Ashtray too. The movie I told you what.
Who the fuck is Queasy QTV? Like, look. I'm like the hammy hand up. This red noises? And it's gonna be tomorrow?
No, Mom, it's a bat. It flew around my window 3 times. Oh yeah, it is. Right to the screen. That shit is huge.
Well, Jim, on the topic of Collision and Battle of the Belts, a story that a lot of people have been sending in and talking about, I want to know your take on it. Apparently, Dave Meltzer, on Wrestling Observer Radio, I have an article here from TJR Wrestling by John Canton. Dave Meltzer advised Tony Khan during AEW Battle of the Belts. Here's the quote here. Dave was talking about how, I guess, this is during the satellite issue, they missed the finish of the Taya Valkyrie Tony Storm match. I don't know what they knew. I kind of presume they knew everything.
Oh man, he's starting something.
Ryan Alvarez.
If he presumes they knew everything, why did he feel the need to tell them?
Ryan Alvarez questions how much AEW management and the announce team knew about the feed going down. Dave says, I don't know if they knew when it went out, is what I'm saying. They may have. I just know that I sent the message to Tony Khan, and I go, you got to tell, because when they came back and they didn't tell people the finish, I think they thought people knew the finish. They came back and were doing the next thing, and I said,
Hey, what happened?
you have to tell people who won that match, because we don't know. And if you get a chance, you should put the finish on. Which they did end up putting the finish on right at the end of the show. So, quote aside, talk about your thoughts about that, but the concept of Dave or an outside party contacting the head of the company or the booker for advice in the middle of this, a journalist, I guess, doing it is the bigger...
You know, he's like one of these people that whenever somebody dies, they've got to be the first one to fucking tell everybody else the news. Hey, here, so-and-so's dead. Uncle Bean's dead.
Okay.
Look, I've been in that situation. Remember Beware of Dog in South Carolina, the WWF pay-per-view in '96? We were in Florence, South Carolina, at the beautiful Florence Civic Center. And there were severe thunderstorms, like there are here, bubbling up behind me if you hear that thunder. And the weather outside was frightful. And Florence, South Carolina, the Civic Center was a big, beautiful building, but you're not in the middle of goddamn Manhattan, right? So the infrastructure around Florence, and the fucking thunderstorm zapped something, and all the power in the building went out besides the auxiliary generator emergency lights. While the show was going on, live pay-per-view. And this was at the time, even an In Your House had as many people or more watching it as all of Tony's big productions these days. So you know immediately, and especially if it's a live television broadcast, you know immediately even if you have lost power in the truck to the point where the IFB communication, whatever, there's somebody somebody there, I don't know what their structure is, but somebody there has a direct line or an open line to the fucking network transmission facility. They used to, Kevin Dunn always used to be able to have somebody hand him the phone, and he's got the guy from USA Network or whatever right there on a live program. See what I'm saying? So it was bad weather in Calgary. There was some thunderstorms or whatever. They lost the feed. And that could be a number of things. They could have lost it at the origination, could have lost it in transmission, the satellite, whatever the case. But if TBS or TNT, which one are they on now? TNT. If they lost the goddamn thing, they would immediately be telling on their dedicated line or Tony's cell phone or something, hey, we can't get the feed, or we're getting the feed, but our feed ain't going out, or whatever the problem is.
They don't wait for Dave Meltzer to call them?
They do not wait for Dave Meltzer to bring it up. So what I'm saying is, it's a chaotic situation. It's panic. It's like, oh shit, we're on live television, but nobody's seeing it. And there's shit going on in the ring. You can't just, tell the fucking wrestlers, hey, stop wrestling. But I mean, in this case, I haven't heard that the lights and the power in the building and everything went out. It was just the feed. The show continued as normal. When we were doing that, remember who was in the ring when the shit went out? Was it Savio and Austin in the scrap match?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
If it wasn't that match where it went out, then we still, because we couldn't get it back and we had to send more matches out to keep the people from rioting. They're sitting there in goddamn emergency lighting, and there's no ring lights, and they know they're not on TV, but we're trying to keep them from all leaving because we're being told from various official points of view that we can get it back, right? So they had a couple of the matches with just the emergency lights and impromptu on the fly. And then finally, as everybody knows, I think they got it back for the substandard match with Davey and Sean, and he was pissed off, and everybody else was pissed off, so they redid the thing the following Tuesday instead of the replay, and showed people all the matches that they redid the matches over again that they were supposed to see. But anyway, in this case, this was a several-minute interruption in service, and the point that I'm about to make is that, yes, it would have been a lovely thing if when they knew that they were back up and they were able to communicate that with the announcers at ringside from the truck that were back on the air, we're feeding the world, that they said, oh, and by the way, Tony Storm won. But it's fucking chaos, and they just got back, and they're trying to make sure they get the rest of their matches in, and maybe they just overlooked it. But, so I'm not saying that was bad in concept for him to say that, but for Dave Meltzer to think that he's not only the one that needs to be texting Tony Khan from he's in California and Tony Khan's on the fucking scene in Calgary, and they're in the middle of a live television production, but the most important thing on Dave's mind was to tell the fucking fans who won the girls' match, shut the fuck up, let the people on the scene handle it. For God's sake, just shut the fuck up. There's other things going on that was probably more stressful at the time than who won the girls' match. And they were probably planning on showing the fucking footage later on anyway, since they did.
If I had edited, make sure it was good.
I don't believe they needed to be, brought up to date on goddamn a live television production that they're in the middle of while Dave's watching it at home. And that was, again, not the uppermost thing in their mind, is to make sure everybody knew who won Tony's match. It was to get back on the fucking air. So just shut the fuck up.
Well, there it is. Dave Meltzer advising Tony Khan, admitting it. And Khan, do you think he ever emails or texts Vince McMahon in the middle of a show with his advice?
Oh my God. That would have been fucking great. That would have been fucking great. We probably would have heard about it. We would have heard Vince yelling into his fucking phone from wherever we were. No, of course he doesn't. And
but again, he got in touch with Tony. I guess that's the question. It's not even
see lights and impromptu on the fly, and then finally as everybody knows, I think they got it back for the substandard match with Davey and Sean, and he was pissed off, and everybody else was pissed off, so they redid the thing the following Tuesday instead of the replay, and showed people all the matches that they redid the matches over again they were supposed to see. But anyway, in this case, this was a several-minute interruption service. And the point that I'm about to make is that, yes, it would have been a lovely thing if when they knew that they were back up and they were able to communicate that with the announcers at ringside from the truck that were back on the air, were feeding the world, that they said, oh, and by the way, Tony Storm won. But it's fucking chaos, and they just got back, and they're trying to make sure they get the rest of their matches in, and maybe they just overlooked it. But, so I'm not saying that was bad in concept for him to say that, but for Dave Meltzer to think that he's not only the one that needs to be texting Tony Khan from he's in California, and Tony Khan's on the fucking scene in Calgary. And they're in the middle of a live television production. But the most important thing on Dave's mind was to tell the fucking fans who won the girls' match, shut the fuck up, and let the people on the scene handle it. For God's sake, just shut the fuck up. There's other things going on that was probably more stressful at the time than who won the girls' match. And they were probably planning on showing the fucking footage later on anyway, since they did. I don't... What's up, guys? How are we doing? I'm gonna pass, yeah. Now they finally we're ready for the last segment, the big announcement of Don Fallis. And he didn't thank us, guys. He just came out and announced it. I'm thinking, boy, again, the announcement of his 5th BBC member for the Blood and Guts match. This is not going to equate bloodline ratings. People are not hanging on every move of this like they are the tribal chief and his gang. So he comes out to announce the 5th member of the BBC for Blood and Guts, and he starts trashing Harpo, and here comes Harpo. And before he even gets to the ring, he's attacked by the plumber and Take a Shit. And they jump Twinkle Toes. They're beating him up, and then suddenly Pac is there. Remember Pac? Pac still works here, apparently. How long has it been since he's been gone?
Have we even seen him in this year?
No, I think it's been more than a year. It's well into the first part of last year.
No. He was there for the trios matches. Remember the best of 7?
Oh, good God. Well, I put those out of my mind, thank you. That was still a while back. Anyway, he suddenly hits Kenny with the chair. And the announcers are going, is he the 5th guy? Is he the 5th? Because they never actually said until after they'd kicked the shit out of Twinkle Toes. And then Pac told him, I've waited a long time for this. I'm the 5th man.
Another 3 for Sacramento.
And then, I swear I'm not making this up, just like your quotes from Kenny earlier in the program that I thought you were making up. They get Kenny down, and they put a chair around his neck, and Take a Shit is holding him, and Pac is going up to the top, and the plumber has the microphone, and he asks him if he's got any final words, and Kenny, with the chair around his neck being held down, is laughing. See, that's what they do in a video game. He's laughing because he says, we've got a 5th member too. Check the screen. Well, the chairs are at his neck and he's coughing and laughing. And then the lights go out. And now, of course, one of them's holding him. The other one's on the top rope. The other one's got a chair around his fucking neck. I think they could still hurt him if they wanted to, but the lights go out, so nothing happens. And on the screen, up pop highlights of Kota Ibushi. And for those of you, maybe most of you, yeah, that's what I said, Kota Ibushi. And for most of you who are going, who the fuck is that? Kota Ibushi is a fellow sex toy and child wrestler from the Orient who is now and former best friend and tag team partner and member of the Golden Lovers pairing,
Shoots a three.
Kenny,
Doesn't get it to drop for him.
and is another guy that a bunch of these mentally challenged individuals that think that this kind of wrestling gets over, just think is just swell. Old Coda, Iducci himself, he's one of the great ones. You can watch him on video on the internet wrestling sex dolls, 6-year-old children. They have matches where they're all dressed up as I Dream of Jeannie, and bunches of them just stand around and stick their fingers up other guys' asses over and over in a circle. It's amazing the talent that this fucking nitwit piece of shit possesses. So, Kenny has now managed to strong-arm Tony Khan into flying another one of his outlaw friends from Japan over to the United States for an extended paid vacation where he gets to stink the fucking ring up too. And again, I will say the same thing as with Kenny. I don't care whether this guy can stretch the reanimated corpse of Lou Thez. With the shit that he... And I have people on Twitter going, well, that was years ago he did that in a comedy wrestling promotion. Yeah, it was 1985 that Eddie Mansfield cut his head and exposed the business on fucking 2020, and I still think he's a piece of shit. So fuck this guy too. The disrespect. A supposedly legitimate professional wrestling promotion booking guys that have done that shit. I have no respect whatsoever for anybody involved. And I think that anybody on the AEW roster that does have any respect for their fucking profession should walk out and protest that this jackoff is coming in and getting stuck in a main event.
No one's going to walk out and protest.
I didn't say they were. I said they should. Can you imagine that? They're doing their best, whatever their best may be, whenever they're called upon to do it. And this fucking jackoff walks in and gets booked into a big spot because he used
How the fuck do you block somebody?
with one of the EVPs. Some of it was even in public. They did that stuff. So anyway, the lights come back on, and there's the Buckaroos and Hangnail hitting the ring, beating up the heels, and they announced that it'll be the Golden Elite. Should be Golden Rivers by IP Freely, should be the name of their team, against the BBC, and then they apparently ended early.
What's on my game?
For once, usually they almost go off the air without a finish, but since this
I guess I didn't record or something.
early and they had to talk back and forth to each other.
The fuck, I'm gonna play first.
And Kenny gets the fucking microphone, and my God in heaven, he's doing the phone sex voice. He's putting over another inappropriate child wrestler and sex doll grappler, and appealing to the same limited audience that has any idea who that stupid prick is to begin with. And as they're going back and forth, we know Kenny's a rotten promo, but Moxley had to walk up to the floor camera on the entranceway and just to say fuck as loud as he could into the hard camera, or into the floor camera. They are just jacking themselves off with Tony Khan's right hand.
They're talking about the Blackpool Club and all that shit.
So that's
he brought his fucking boyfriend up there.
You know, Meg is not good on the mic. Even if McKinley gave heartwarming speeches after his matches in Japan, whatever it is that you like, he's not good on the mic at all. And, yeah, that's it. I'm not too excited about this. I was excited about Takeshita a few weeks ago. Now he's just lost in the shuffle of the mud line.
Well, yeah, that's it, because he came out and he had size and he had some attitude. And you could see he was an exciting babyface, but you could see he could have all kinds of potential personality as a heel. And now he just shows up to help kick the shit out of people in the group gropes that they do, that Moxley's fond of.
It's time to stop staring at this Dunkin' sausage, egg, and cheese. And time to go...
You're calling white boys, I give you
Anyway, they had another bro session with MJF and Adam Cole.
Here's Drew.
And as we mentioned, I'm not going to go into it in great detail because we said it last week, and now you can actually hear the podcast. These are entertaining because most of the show's not, and MJF is on. But they're obviously phony, and I'm not sure that the world champion should be doing obviously phony comedy. And here's the thing. At this point, we now know that Adam Cole will end up turning heel and joining MJF in some kind of loose alliance or friendship or whatever, if not a tag team, because the alternative is MJF would have turned full-fledged babyface through this thing, which is insane, or he'll have to turn on Adam Cole, which would make Adam Cole look like the biggest sucker of a fucking gullible babyface ever in history. So,
we know how important that is.
But at the same time, if they're going to switch Adam Cole from one of their top babyfaces to a heel, I'd like to believe more of this. I'd like it to not be so preposterous and done obviously for entertainment rather than real interaction that they are having that's entertaining. I'm not saying they should be sitting around talking about stock market. But don't make it obviously phony. Make it like it's happening between them. MJF fucks 4 girls because Adam likes Britt. And then Adam wants to play video game. What? The description. Wouldn't the 4 girls walk in and MJF says, hey, 2 for me and 2 for you? And he says, no, I really care for Britt. Okay, then 4 for me. And he goes and fucks the 4 girls. And then comes back and Adam Cole wants to play video games. And MJF ends up liking it because it's fun when you're playing with somebody else. He's never had a friend. And then there's a dramatic close-up of his face. And then Adam says, well, I intended to turn on you. And MJF says, well, I did too. And now Adam says, I think you're cool. And Adam, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to win the tag team tournament. And something's going to happen, but again, I want to believe it more than just these lighthearted entertainment. MJF is great and everything he does because he's so quick and the delivery.
Over in the corner,
this is your Punk's the biggest star. MJF is the biggest star in the company because he's the world champion. Punk's the biggest name, but their neck is top babyface, top heel. Don't fucking put them in goofy 80s video movie montages. All right, what'd you think?
For Davis.
Well, my thoughts on this are separate from my thoughts on the match and the interaction with the match later on.
For the Sacramento Kings.
I think this would be, for me, for my sensibilities, this would be a lot easier to take if they acknowledged the camera. They were here, Mean Gene here on the streets of New York with Adrian Adonis and Dick. Yeah. Something to acknowledge that the cameraman's right in front of them, either while they're playing video games or while they're in the bar. I'm not against, with that caveat, these bro bonding videos, although maybe, like you said, it's a little over the top of 4 women walk in, and Jeff immediately walks away with them, comes back zipping up his fly, and the camera's behind the TV. He should have a Velcro fly for easier access. You know, I think a lot of it would probably be a lot better if it wasn't in the middle of a wrestling show. Because both guys, you know, you said MJF, even Adam Cole, I gotta say, because I really don't like the sad, unhappy, commiserating, whatever it is, the desperate Adam Cole we've seen in the last few things. I like this version of Adam Cole a lot better. I thought he was good, but they're trying to establish something that's not the way I would do it. I didn't hate it.
Davis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Drew.
A lot of things happening in the world of wrestling this week, Jim. Let's start talking about them, and we have a lot to catch up on. And we have another experience to record just a few days. So there's a lot going on. Let's start with the really, really sad news here as we start the show. Matt Hardy is still wrestling.
Yep, yeah. Unfortunately, we hate to have to bring that to you, folks.
What the? And he's better at that than he is at Twitter.
Ending the second quarter
for the line crew and the go-getters. There's Granger, supplies and solutions for every industry.
I know there's news emanating from south of the border about some of the other AEW, I guess you can call them talent. They're on the roster. And we're not sure what do we even know where this happened otherwise than the country? Do we know it was after a AAA match last night?
It was in Tijuana. It was Triple Mania in Tijuana.
Triple Mania in Tijuana. Was a donkey on the show.
You stop it. This is a big event. This is the biggest event for AAA every year. AAA out.
Well, that's why I figured they'd bring in the donkey, the dancing bear, everything they can throw at them.
There are no donkeys currently involved with AAA.
But unfortunately,
that I know of.
Well, I wasn't saying unfortunately about that. I'm saying unfortunately about the topic that we're about to discuss. Unfortunately, see, old Kenny and old Don Fallis, I guess they're not welcome on Collision because there's other people that are not welcome on Wednesday nights. So they're being kept so to have employment on Saturday night instead of being with the AEW crew doing the great Collision program. They were down in Tijuana riding the donkey over to the event that they had down there. I mean, it has to be some kind of dog and pony show, because how else could what we are about to describe happen? Don Fallis was attacked not by a fucking heated fan, not by a mark, but by a goddamn random photographer in the middle of a press conference. Yes, but there are no fans. This is not during the show. This is after the show. They were apparently outside on a football field type of stadium thing, and now there's a bunch of people asking Kenny questions about his match that he had with Vikingo, and they're all either shooting with their phones or they've got cameras, and it's like, you saw the tent where, I guess maybe they had some Gatorade under the fucking tent. There's nobody in the stands, there's nobody there. It's the press conference, the media scrum, right? And they're on the sidelines of the football field. Have I described this visually appropriately enough for people to get the picture?
I don't know if it's a football field or a baseball field or a soccer field.
It's some kind of sporting stadium where they're on the sidelines of it, and it's after the show, and there's a bunch of... And these look like... obviously everybody that's there is shooting it. It's not just random fans standing around. There's not that many people there. Maybe they 30 or 40.
The people that are standing around appear to have passes around their neck, so you would think they were cleared. Like you said, there are a few people with the media shooting on their phone, but that's not abnormal nowadays with the media. Right. There are also people with microphones and cameras. Everyone seems to be a part of this.
And then suddenly, old Don comes out and starts yelling at Kenny, as often happens in these media scrums, right? And they're going back and forth. And then who would take a shit comes and jumps on Kenny, and he's down on him, beating him up, and you see some guys that are mostly dressed in black that look like they would probably be some of the promotion people or whatever that is, they're starting to try to get the fucking heel off the baby face, and they've got him kind of like, oh, come on now. It looks like everybody's with this fucking program, right? And then as they pull...
Monks got the lead up to 13 now for Sacramento. Here's Johnson. That one off the back iron and out.
Kicks, and suddenly some random guy that's got a camera that's taking pictures or whatever grabs Don from behind, and you see this going off camera because they're shooting the angle that they think is going on, right? They're not shooting, they don't know. Some guy's going to go get the business for himself.
They're struggling to
and
keep
the fucking guy, the photographer reaches around and grabs Don, and you can see there be a little struggle, and you see the photographer's leg going between Don's leg. He's doing a leg trick on Don Callis, like he's goddamn a member of the Gracie family or something. And fucking takes him down to the ground with a whoop. And you hear
Thanks, guys.
Don's
Now
going,
we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even
That's
leave
my
high
favorite
school
thing in
early
the second part
to
of it,
make
because there's
six
two different
figures
cuts
playing
of the
for
video. It's like
G
this is a
League
perfect film. No one has
Many
the
years
exact
going pro
moment.
at such a
they've got a
young
couple
age
of
was
different
something
angles,
real.
and people noticed there was something going on, but nobody's got the unobstructed thing.
Conan!
And then when the other camera goes over to him, the guy's on top of Don. He still didn't realize what he's done. And Don is going, "Are you fucking ribbing? What the fuck is going on here?" And another guy comes over and tells the photographer, "Get off it." And the photographer gets up and just lets go and doesn't realize he's done anything wrong.
No one else seems to be bothered either.
No, because he's got a rear naked choke on fucking callus on the ground. So apparently he hurt his fucking ankle and fucking whatever else when he took him down. And there's Don going, "Are you fucking ribbing me? We're doing an angle out here. This guy's not smart."
He wanted to get back into the business so bad. He has a giant scar on his head. Now he's getting attacked by photographers on soccer fields in Mexico.
And if people on Twitter heard the initial news, the initial headline was "Attacked by Fan," right?
Well, the original, let's go in order here. Brian Alvarez broke the news. At least that's where I saw it, and everyone else I've seen said that this is where the first report was. Here's the quote: "Everything was an angle up to that point, but then a fan who was apparently upset about what Don had said to Kenny jumped Don from behind, ripped his suit, concussed his eardrum, and busted open his mouth while he was trying to choke out Don from behind. Don was screaming profanities at the fan. Callus's neck and ankle were both injured in the attack.
His ear got cut.
And he's headed to San Diego for medical attention."
I'm not laughing at he's hurt, but I'm like, yes, he was screaming profanities, but it wasn't like, "I'll fucking kill you, you motherfucker." It was like, "Are you fucking ribbing me? Get this motherfucker off me." Who the fuck, what the fuck kind of fucking dog and pony show is going on here? Because the guy wasn't trying to fight him. He was he saw the other people, because that's what he leg tripped him, took him down, had him in a rear naked choke, and was restraining him. Like he was one of these people that go off on the subway, right?
That's right.
And because he saw other people doing it and thought he'd help. And I was telling you before we went on the air, in Baltimore in 1986, at the Civic Center, there, the Baltimore Arena, we were working with the Rock and Roll Express. I was handcuffed at ringside to Jimmy Valiant, right? And we're having a match, and Bobby takes a bump out. There's a couple of people at ringside, but one we've never seen before and never saw again. I don't know whether he was a local newspaper photographer or maybe one of the... He looked like he was young enough he could be in his senior year of college. He was like 6'3", 6'4", and 275, but not not a football player. No, fat, big, fat, corn-fed. Like the football coach would have looked at him coming down the hall and then seen that he was a fat piece of shit. And, no. But he was big. And he's there at ringside, and Bobby takes a bump through the nicest guy in the world of all people. Takes a bump through the ropes, and he sees the guy at the last minute. He tries to catch himself. But he and Riga, they're going to do something. And as he lands, he staggers back, bumps the guy, but he also says, get the fuck out of the way. Like, hey, watch out. You're going to get hurt. We're going to do something. And the guy, instead of getting out of the way, stood his ground and shoved Bobby in front of 10,000 people in a fucking body. The World Tag Team Champion just got shoved by the goddamn fat fucking newspaper photographer, right? And Bobby goes back up and he's trying to work with him one more time, but he shoves him double. He said, "I said, fuck off out of here," right? Trying to smart him up, give him the issue.
I should have got
right?
that shit.
And the guy fucking shoved him back. Hot, right? Putting his camera to hot, shoved him back, and here we go. Bobby starts fucking throwing right hands, and suddenly the cops who had been sitting there at ringside, obviously, didn't react with the shove because, it could be guys doing shit at ringside. When they saw Bobby laying in on his big ass, who was throwing back, by the way, the big fat fuck, they immediately grabbed this fucking guy and took, I don't know what his fucking issue was, but he was not going to move, not going to get out of the way, and he was going to stand his fucking ground. But, sometimes people ain't fucking smart. I don't know, so... But, again, Don's got a great lawsuit. if he'd like to pursue it.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, well, Tijuana is in Mexico, isn't it? It's right down from San Juan Capistrano.
I don't know about that. But
Or is it Don Juan Capistrano?
I don't know about that.
But anyway, so that's what happened. So this fucking knucklehead thought that he'd join into pulling these guys apart because they were really going to have a fight there.
Conan!
You fucking ribbon? What the? Get this fucking guy off of me! What the fuck?
Did you listen to Omega's answers to the questions? That's how it started.
I started for about 30 seconds, and
You want to hear any audio, I guess? I'll hear on the show is the question.
No, only the audio of the guy on Don, because the Kenny audio was, my God, is a fucking substitute for propofol. He speaks that way to everybody, apparently.
All right, let me go to, because there was a cut, and here's where Takeshita was on top of Kenny hitting him. So you'll hear Callis, because he's just talking shit like a manager in the background. So you'll hear him, and then there's a second version, which is a little louder. That's where you can hear the Conan! But hold on, here we go.
Shut up! No! What's Conan?
Coughing.
Conan!
And now Callis is being pulled away by a
Yeah.
or by the photographer.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on here? Jesus.
Get off me! Hey!
And it's Omega's still doing it.
Yeah, no, Omega was the one.
Oh, wait, let me,
Go ahead.
let me lower that. That's version 2.
Well, just real quick. Omega was the one going, get off.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking still, I forgot.
For me, but you could hear Don was going, Conan, and he said, Jesus Christ. The first thing I think was, no. When the guy grabbed him, he realized he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was, no. And then Conan, but he was the one going, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
He's in the middle of this, all of a sudden he's dragged out and choked.
Sorry, I missed him.
What the fuck?
All right, remember when AEW security choked out or they dragged down Frankie Kazarian? They didn't know he was going to be a part of something. They put the guy in a hood. Here's the second version, a little louder.
Hey, get the... No! Conan! Conan!
What's up, fuck?
Yeah. That's Conan.
Oh, and there goes the end of that.
Yeah, that Conan was, yeah.
Well, I don't know if that was Conan encouraging.
No, I think it was. No, he was going, hey, let him go, that kind of thing.
I thought it was like encouraging, like, yeah, do it.
No. It was the other way. He was.
The early reports were a fan attack, and clearly, because people were saying, this is an example, look at how much heat he has. This is the greatest heel work.
Oh,
That's
good
really
God.
not what this was.
The fucking, Linda the Good Witch could get knifed in Mexico. That's not a high bar to begin with, but there wasn't even any real fans there. Just a couple of marks there.
The cameras around their necks.
Oh, my God.
And what was the story? I can't remember. I think it's someone, but now I don't want to say it because I may be wrong. Didn't you get into a tug of war with a ring announcer that wasn't smart to anything one night?
Oh, the first time, what was his name? The Greensboro ring announcer.
Dr. Tom Miller.
Tom Miller. He didn't know that I was supposed to take the microphone and introduce my guys, because that would, and again, for the younger listeners, there could be entire house show cards in the old days where a wrestler would never touch the microphone.
Motherfucker,
and most of the time, the announcer was told never to let the microphone go unless you're told to. Well, nobody told him, and I was doing it every night in house shows, TV, whatever, and I go to get the microphone, and he ain't going to give it to me. And I'm fucking tugging back and forth, and I said, I got to do this, and I got it. And there was sometimes also it would depend That's not the only time it's happened, but usually it would be a local announcer that may not even be smart. Maybe somebody from the fucking VFW that's the local sponsor. And they don't want to give you the microphone. Well, I'm going to get it anyway, motherfucker. And, you know, so every once in a while that would happen when you had just a wide variety of local people around the periphery of the ring.
Let me ask you this, because this does say something about where we are today and what is heat, what is real heat, what are fans smiling while booing. You know, there are different things. What happened to Don Callis here, if we're being honest, based on what we see with AEW and their audience and these shows, he's had very little reason to have his guard up, even though he's a heel manager.
Oh, yeah, you don't have your guard up anymore. I wouldn't have actually, if I was in the country of Mexico, I wouldn't have had that many people behind me that they did there, but, you know.
Well, that's going to be my question. Even, and again, I know you can't compare you in Mid-South in '84 to Don Callis now. It's a different animal. The world's different. The wrestling world's different. But if you're a heel in a situation like this where it's a press event, even then, do you have your guard down? Or should you even then be a little, you know, one of these guys, you know, may take this seriously?
Well, no, see, that's the thing is that
my bad, y'all.
Recognize your venue, and I'm not just saying just because it was in Mexico. I've thought many times in some, you've seen some of the independent shows in the Northeast, you know, where guys would be doing things out in the middle of the people, and, you know.
That was my connection. Are you having fun? Yeah, I couldn't stop that shit. I thought I would stop that shit. So we got to take it. Fuck. Oh no. I took a long throw, TZ, my bad. It's over. Stop. I don't know why I'm aggressive with him too. Calm my ass down, I ain't got no steal. Hey! My bad. I can't swing out still. Coming through my ass. What? Hey. I should give a circle, I guess. My bad, y'all. Shit. Don't let it go. What? I should have caught them out. Shut up, cat. Oh, can you help me? The fuck? Oh, fuck me. Hey, come on down. This is easy. Look. I jumped the fucking hard.
You sound cute AF gang. Bet I pull yo draws off with my cheek. Who yo mans? He sound fine asshole. Take that nicka butt and start pumping till buddy backs lump FR. That white boy sound
I'm
fine
foul!
asshole.
I thought I was getting fouled, y'all, my bad. I was fouled. Fuck me. I got this dude here. You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna score on now? My bad, anyway.
This is Major League. It takes practice, stamina, tremendous will.
Well, Jim, a hammer and a chisel are things that every now and then may appear, I guess, in a wrestling match. Another thing that recently appeared in a wrestling match were, I don't know what you would call it, skewers? But what led to the image that has now been known as Jon Moxley Noodlehead. Have you seen this? What are your thoughts on this? We talk about this clown every week from Dynamite, the stupid stuff he does, and then he ups the ante in the land of the rising sun.
I did see the picture. It was all over Twitter. You couldn't avoid it. I'm surprised people didn't put it up on billboards. And for those of you lucky enough to have not seen this, and I don't, they are some kind of skewers, but they're the long wooden chopstick-looking things, or, you know, I guess you stick them through shrimp.
Like kebabs,
to
right?
Put them on the Barbie, or, you know, a shish kebab, or whatever the case may be. And I don't know what the context is, and really there can't be any. Just the fact that he did it is enough, but it was in a match in the glory land of Japan that he fantasizes over when he's, you know, rubbing himself to strong style footage. And he's sitting in the ring, and he's covered in blood, obviously. It's Plumber Moxley. And there's, what would you, were there a dozen? 15 of these things sticking in the top of his fucking head. Apparently, legitimately. How do you, in front of how many hundred people were there, work sticking wooden skewers in your head? And I guess this is a thing that garbage wrestlers have been doing for a while in garbage promotions when they have their garbage matches. Among the other things, with the broken glass and the thumbtacks and the fluorescent light tubes and the mouse traps, they also stick wooden skewers in each other's heads and, you know, become a real-life version of Zippy the Pinhead.
Dope on a stick.
He certainly was. So what the... Was this in a match, or did he just come out and sit down in the ring like that? Do you know anything more about it?
See, I didn't watch it, but apparently there is video. It was during a match, and because I didn't watch it, I'm trying to imagine, was he sitting there and one guy held him down and the other guy carefully stuck these acupuncture style into his head?
Yeah, 15
how does it
times.
happen? Yeah, how does it happen?
And I mean, it doesn't look like something that, unless it protruded all the way through the skull and got a real good grip, it doesn't look like something that would hang in there for a while. So maybe the guy just bopped them in all at the same time, which must have smarted. Because this fucking moron is sitting there letting this fucking guy do that. Because he's a fucking idiot, and I'm telling you, At this point, somebody needs to have him checked in for an involuntary mental evaluation because something's going on.
The access to the brain may be a little easier right now because he just cut that opening over.
Well, yeah, he's got the big hole. They don't even need to do a CAT scan. They can just get a fucking magnifying glass and peep right down in there. Hold a mag light up to the hole. You'll see everything he's got. Won't take long. And somebody tweeted out a picture of, here's Seth Rollins. Looks like a fucking pro athlete. Even if he's got a silly gimmick, he's in shape. And he's got great gear. He's got the hair. And he's got a version of the world title in the biggest company in the world. And then there's Roman Reigns, and he is the biggest box office attraction in wrestling, and looks even more like a fucking Greek god athlete. And the hair, and has the goddamn 18 belts that signify that he's, you know, the man. And then here's this fucking pale, skinny fat, but balding idiot sitting there in a ring in Japan with fucking shish kebabs sticking out of his fucking head. And there are people trying to put him in a conversation with the other two for Wrestler of the Year. Only if you're running a fucking hibachi grill. I bet he'd be tasty if you threw him on the Barbie. He's got so much fat on him, that's supposed to make the thing flavorful, right? Gives the meat its juices.
I'm not going to get into cannibalism here, but you know, we've said it before, the cult of personality is really around Jon Moxley. People are more into what he's portraying than they are the actual work if they pay attention to it. But, you know, it hit me the other day, because I see some of the reaction from AEW's most devoted, the ones who get upset about everything. I've seen the reaction to Moxley from, like, the softies over on the Observer board. I've seen, like, the way people do. They treat him the way children treated the Ultimate Warrior in 1989. He's like the Ultimate Warrior for the soft, because it's all personality. His work is bad. Anyone who tells me Jon Moxley's doing good work in the ring isn't watching. They're not paying attention. They like watching a warrior shake ropes.
And then, boy, here's the problem. For people to like that personality indicates there's something wrong there as well. What about this personality is appealing? It's like hearing Darth Vader's voice coming out of fucking Pee Wee Herman's face. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, sure. Hey, okay, hold on. A problem with current pitch routine game? Come on, cuz.
Get a drummer song.
You're allowed that.
Hey, I got my name on it. Oh.
Come on.
Is this the first time we've bled since the first?
Today. I stabbed again. I'm done running.